Welcome back to Soccer Columbus. I'm your host, Sarah Ammons, joined by defender for the Columbus Eagles and your host for Eagles Academy, Summer Bourcier.
Thanks so much for having me, Sarah. I really appreciate it.
So I understand you've been playing with the Columbus Eagles for the past 5 years. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Playing for the Columbus Eagles has always been such a dream of mine, and I love looking up to them. When I played college soccer in high school, I always knew who they were, what they stood for. So joining the club was kind of just like an easy transition. I took a year off after college and kind of rested, but was too competitive to not play competitive sports anymore. So I tried out for the Eagles and I made the team, and it's just a family atmosphere. It's competitive. We get to play amazing soccer players in the area. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy it.
It's really cool that you have that drive to continue playing soccer as well. That's something a lot of kids will look up to.
It's a lot of fun. I love watching all the little kids come out and be ball girls and look up to us and take pictures with us, autographs. So it's a lot of fun just to keep that in the area, especially for Columbus. Like, let's just grow soccer even more.
You mentioned you played club soccer. Can you tell me a little about your background with that?
So high school, I would say I played for 2 different clubs. One in Mansfield area called Liederkranz, and then I played for a club down in Mount Vernon, Ohio, which was a Sting. I don't think it's there anymore, which is sad, but I actually played for my college coach there. So that's how I came across getting a full ride to play at Ohio Dominican. He saw me when I was a sophomore in high school, and he brought me up and offered me a position at Ohio Dominican to play for his soccer team.
It's all about connections,
yeah, it really
right?
is.
Working hard and connections.
It really is.
Can you kind of go through the difference between club soccer and high school soccer?
So I would say club, it's a little bit more tactical. So for me, club was a little bit more challenging, because you take all of the best girls from high school and you put them in clubs. So you're playing those club teams. The girls are going to be better. They're going to be faster. So personally, if you are playing high school and you want to excel into college level, you want to get on a good club team. You want to get with girls that are going to challenge you and make you better. High school, it's a fun atmosphere. With your friends all day, get to go play soccer.
Do you think high school or club gave you more exposure? You said that club, if you want to play college, is better competitiveness. Do you think exposure-wise, do you think if somebody's coming up that they should play in club versus high school? Do you think it's good to have both as far as exposure-wise getting to that next level?
So I would say probably playing club. I don't want to tell girls not to play high school because it's such a great experience. But a lot of college coaches are going to more club games, are going to higher tactical games than so much in high school. Yeah, you'll see coaches going to high school games, but when they're going to club, they're looking for that girl that's going to be the standout player for them. And you're going to see that more in club, because a lot of times in high school, they're kind of buried. They have to kind of make up for the rest of the team. If they're the good person, the good player on their team, they kind of have to make up for the rest of the team, so you don't see as much. Where in club, everyone around you is excelling. Therefore, you have a better chance of being noticed by the coach. Talking about club, you did play club soccer. So tell me a little bit about your background in club soccer.
Yeah, so growing up in Southwest Ohio, soccer was just a huge thing, whether it was, say soccer, just going out, picking dandelions with your friends, or, eventually I got to that level where, me and my parents decided I want to take this a little bit seriously. So I decided to play for a club called Warren County United. So I ended up playing goalie. Nobody else on the team, at that young age, wanted to get in front of those shots. So I was like, what the heck, why not? I'm tall. I, don't really like running too much. So I decided to play goalie. And growing up in Ohio, there's so many great athletes, let alone soccer players. And really the competitiveness of club soccer, like you mentioned before, is just at an all-time high. And I think young girls, young boys even, getting a chance to play club soccer and traveling in the United States with your best friends, it was an experience I'll never forget, and definitely has helped me throughout life. I think it was definitely helpful in my development of who I am today.
As a player, did you have a certain coach or a certain parent that stuck out to you that made you become the player or the person you are today? Do you remember a certain moment or a certain time that is just like, okay, this is it. This atmosphere right here changed my whole mind, my whole mental set of where I want to be in the future. Was there ever a time that happened or that clicked? Was there a coach that stood out to you in that way?
Yeah, we actually had a chance to learn from a Brazilian soccer player. You know, everybody talks about how global the game is. And from a young age, I think it was about 10, we had a Brazilian trainer come in. His name was Paulo, and he was on the Brazilian national team. He taught us, you know, how to juggle better, how to, you know, different tactical stuff that we as Americans probably would have never experienced from an American. You know, him coming in from Brazil, teaching that tactical stuff was imperative from us going to average to brilliant soccer players. I think, you know, getting that global aspect at a young age not only helped us tactically, but giving us a world view on the game itself and how passionate people are about this game globally. It was just so eye-opening for me, and I'll never forget training with him. I want to circle back to the Columbus Eagles. Obviously, this is was going to be your 5th year, but unfortunately COVID happened. What have you guys been doing as a team in the meantime, looking forward to the future?
So right now it's kind of been stagnant. We haven't been able to get together and play. We haven't been able to practice, work out together from all the guidelines that are going on right now. But I know a lot of our athletes still train on their own. So it's just about keeping your mind and your body engaged in the sport in this dull time. But we are looking forward to playing in the Indoor Premier Soccer League, which is we haven't played. The Eagles have not played in this league yet. So we'll start that here in December. November, December, we'll start practicing, and then we'll play in the Indoor League.
It was great talking to you, Summer. We'll see you later on in the show for Eagles Academy.
Yeah, you too, Sarah. Thank you so much for having me.